I'm Glenn Moore. I'm making this film to share with you some concerns that I have, some very deep concerns about what is going on in the world at the moment. And in particular, in relation to the information that is being disseminated, that is being shared, both by the mainstream media, as some people call it, and also by other sources. I'd like to ask you a question. If the mainstream media was lying to you, how would you recognize the lie? Think about it. If the answer is, well, I wouldn't recognize it, then that begs the question, how seriously, how reliably can you treat that information that we are getting every day and in huge volumes, basically? If the answer is, well, I would recognize the lie because I've done the research or I know something already, then okay, that's fine. But many people seem unwilling to do the research and trust the mainstream media as if it's just giving us the truth. And I'm not saying it's lying extensively, but there are very serious questions to be asked about the information that is being provided, not just by the media, but by our governments at the moment, especially about COVID, but also about the US election and many other things which really we need to know the truth. And this is what I'm getting at here in this little sequence. It's vital, I think, that we are informed, fully informed, or as fully informed as we can be, of what's really going on behind the curtain, as I call it, which means the bigger picture, the picture that we won't hear or see on television or read in the national newspapers. Why is this important? Because we are at a critical time, I think, in this world and in this current situation where information has become almost like warfare. We have information that's saying do this, do that, don't do this, don't do that. And then there's other information saying, well, actually, there's no problem, we can do this. That it's not actually achieving what we're told it's meant to achieve. Wearing masks, for example, is just one example. There is a lot of information in the independent media and from experts and scientists that say that masks don't work or that they don't work effectively. In fact, a recent Danish study, I think it was, of 6,000 people discovered that when they divided those people between those wearing masks and those not, 3,000 each I think it was, but you can check this for yourself, then there was absolutely no difference or no significant difference between those who wore masks and those who didn't. So that begs the question, why are we wearing masks? Why is the government telling us to wear masks? Is it really about COVID? Is it really about stopping the spread of this disease? Or is there something else going on? Is there some other agenda? And you may say, well, that sounds like a conspiracy theory. Well, maybe it does to you, but do the research. Go out and find out for yourself. Look at these things. Because simply to blindly follow what we're told by the newspapers and by mainstream television is, I think, to be blunt, naive, very naive. Because there are people out there who are sharing information which is not only often diametrically opposed to what the mainstream is telling us, but actually makes more sense, both rationally and logically, and therefore should be taken very seriously. Now, I'm not an expert or qualified to tell you, and I'm not going to tell you what to do in terms of your response to COVID, to wearing a mask, or to social distancing, or to taking a vaccine. But I am going to tell you that it's vital to do the research for yourself, to look at these things with an open mind and, use your own discernment. It's very easy to just swallow hook, line and sinker the media narrative that will tell us this is what you must do, this is what you have to do. And the government's also telling us now we're going into potentially a 6-month lockdown. And it just seems to make no sense when there are other people saying lockdowns don't work. In fact, there is evidence that lockdowns don't work. Sweden is a very good example. Have a look at the Swedish experience. It really is important to look at the bigger picture, to inform yourself that what you are doing, whatever you may choose to do, and this is not about telling you what to choose or what to believe, but to tell you that you have an opportunity to actually go out, do the research and inform yourself. In other words, not to trust blindly one source like television news, like a newspaper, to go beyond that and check it out for yourself, ask questions and use your discernment to determine whether you resonate with the answers or not. This is vitally important, especially now. And trust your own inner knowing. I think that's very important too. And this is something I think that we've lost sight of. We're losing sight of our spiritual side. That part of us that knows without knowing how we know. And that, for me, certainly in my experience, can be a lot more reliable than hearing the views or the opinions or so-called facts from others who may well have a vested interest in saying what they say without really caring about about humanity as a whole, without caring about the individuals, each and every one of us, whatever our situation might be. So the message is, go out and do the research. Go out and check out independent media. There are lots and lots of sources available. And give yourself an opportunity to take on board with an open mind what other people are saying, things that you may not believe, things that you may never have heard of. An open mind is now vital, as is an open heart. And I urge you all to do that and to open your mind to the bigger picture, because it is out there. And the more you know, the better your choices will be. Thank you for listening.